Hello everyone. In previous some lectures, we had discussed two types of designs which are used for the comparison of different treatment effect. So, one is a completely randomized design and another one is a randomized block design, that is RBD. So, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss third type of design which is also used for the comparison of different treatment effect, and the design is Latin square design, that is LSD. So let us discuss about Latin square design. So first we will discuss one real life situation where we can use this type of design. So suppose an experimenter is studying the effects of few different formulations of a rocket propellant used in air screw escape systems on the observed burning rate. So suppose we have few types of different formulations of rocket propellant. So for that we observe our burning rate. Now each formulation is mixed from a batch of raw material that is only large enough for few formulations to be tested. Furthermore, the formulations are made by several operators and there may be substantial differences in the skills and experiences of the operators. So, this each formulation or for each formulation we use different raw materials and there are different operators who prepared these formulations. So, we know that each operator has its own skills and each operator has different experience in that particular field. So, when we conduct any experiment, this experience or skill of operator get changes. So, here we have two main factors. So, one is a batches of raw material and second one is a operator. Suppose we decide that we want to use completely randomized design in this problem. So how we get observations for this experiment? We consider only few types of formulations and for that we consider different observations. So for formulation 1, suppose we take 10 observations, for formulation 2 we take 5 observations only. In this way we get data for completely randomized design. Or suppose we decide that we want to use randomized block design in this problem. So how we get randomized block design? Here we know that in randomized block design our fertility gradient changes only in one direction. Means suppose we consider different formulations, then for that either we use factor that batches of raw material or we can use another factor operators. Means in RBD also it is not possible to use both factors at a time. So how we solve this problem? Because we want to conduct this experiment with the help of these two factors. One is a batches of raw material and another one is a operators. So to solve this problem, we use our this third design to test effect of these formulations. So in this way we apply our Latin square design in this problem. So let us discuss its definition. So what is Latin square design? Latin square design. So Latin square design is used to compare different treatment effects where fertility changes in both the direction or changes diagonally. So in this example, we have one factor is batches of raw material and second factor is operators. So it means we test our different formulation with these two fertility gradient. So one is a batches of raw material, and another one is a operators. So this is Latin square design. So let us discuss layout of this design. So suppose we have m number of treatments. So suppose we want to compare n number of treatments, then this number of treatments is equal to number of replications. Means if we have m number of treatments, then we repeat each treatment m number of times. So in this case, how many experimental units we get? So since we have m number of treatments and each treatment is repeated m number of times, so we get m cross m, that is m square experimental units. So when we want to compare m number of treatments, then we get m square experimental unit in our experiment. So what we do is, so our whole experimental area is divided into m square experimental unit, and we arrange this square. So we get m square experimental units, it means we get one square shape area. So we arrange this area in such a way that each row as well as each column contains m units. So we divide our experimental area in such a way that each row and each column contains m experimental units only, that is plots. So next is, so these m treatments are then allocated at random to these rows and columns in such a way that every treatment occurs only once and only once in each row and in each column. So we divide our experimental area into m square experimental unit, and when we allocate m treatments to experimental unit, we take care that one treatment is occur only once in each row and in each column. So in this way we get one square shape design, and such a type of layout is nothing but m cross m Latin square design, that is LSD. So here we take one example for this design. Suppose we are interested in studying the effects of 4 fertilizers on the yield of a certain variety of wheat. Suppose we consider one variety of wheat, and for that we have four fertilizers which are used to gain yield of that variety of wheat. So here m is nothing but number of treatments. So here we have 4 number of fertilizers. So m equals to 4. So how many experimental units we get in this experiment? M square, that is 4 into 4, 60. So here our whole experimental area is divided into 16 experimental units. Okay, so we get 16 experimental units. So when we divide our experimental area into 16 experimental unit, so we divide that area in such a way that in each row and in each column we get only 4 plots. So in this way we get one square shape design, and after that we assign our 4 fertilizers randomly at that experimental unit in such a way that each treatment or each fertilizer is occur only once in each row and in each column. So this is about Latin square design. So our next concept is standard Latin square. So what is standard Latin square? A Latin square in which the treatments say A, B, C, etc. So suppose we have ABC treatments occur in the first row and first column in alphabetical order is called standard Latin square, or we can say that Latin square in canonical form. So when we have different treatments ABC, so when we assign this treatment into first row and first column alphabetical order, then such a type of design or such a type of square is nothing but standard Latin square. So here for 2 cross 2 and 3 cross 3 Latin square, we get only one standard Latin square. So how we get standard Latin square? Suppose we consider 2 cross 2 Latin square. It means we compare only two treatments. Suppose we have treatment A and treatment B. So how we get the standard Latin square for these Latin square? So here we assign our treatment A and treatment B alphabetically in first row and treatment A and treatment B alphabetically in first column, and remaining is assigned here, that is A. So we get this standard Latin square for 2 cross 2 Latin square. Similarly, for 3 cross 3 Latin squares, it means if we want to compare 3 number of treatments, then how we get standard Latin square? Then we assign our 3 treatments randomly into the first row of the design alphabetically, and into the first column of the design we assign our treatments alphabetically, that is A, B, C. Here is also A, B and C. So the remaining plots, for remaining plots we assign our treatments randomly. So here we assign C, A and B. So if we observe here in this row, in this column we have A, B, C, and in this row we have A, B, C. So each treatment occur only once in this row and in this column. Similarly, if we consider our second row and second column, so here we observe that in second row we have BCA, and in this second column we have BCA. So if we observe, each treatment occur only once in this design. So in this way we get standard Latin square for 2 cross 2 and 3 cross 3 Latin square. So we get only one standard square for this design. But suppose we have 4 cross 4 Latin square, that is if we want to compare 4 number of treatments. So here we get 4 standard squares here. So here in first square we assign our 4 treatment, that is A, B, C, D alphabetically to the first row, and here also we assign our 4 treatments A, B, C, D alphabetically into the first column. So in this way this is our standard Latin square. So in remaining experimental units we assign our treatments in such a way that in each row and in each column we get one treatment only once. So here we assign C, D, A, D, A, C, and in last row we assign A, B and C. So in this way we get our first standard Latin square for 4 cross 4 Latin square design. In second also we assign A, B, C, D in our first row and A, B, C, D alphabetically in our first column. So the remaining plots we assign our treatments in such a way that in each row and in each column we get one treatment only once. So here we assign D, A, C, then A, D and B, and here C, B and A. If we observe in this column, we get in this column and in this row we observe that one treatment occur only once. Similarly, we get our third design, that is A, B, C, D. In first column we have A, B, C, D, and remaining plots we assign treatment A here, B, C, then D, B, A. In last row we assign treatment C, A and B. In this way we get one treatment only once in each row and in each column. Similarly we get this our fourth standard Latin square. So when we consider 4 cross 4 Latin square design, we get 4 standard squares. So in this way, when we increase our number of treatments for comparison, we get a number of standard squares for that design. So this is what Latin square design. So now we are going to discuss another. So here in this design is also based on three principles, that is, first one is a replication, second one is a randomization, and third one is a local control. Because here we repeat each treatment m number of times, then here we use randomization in a such a way that in each row and in each column we get one treatment only once. So in Latin square design, we restrict our randomization 2 times, because we know that, so in this design we know that we want one treatment only once in each row. This is first restriction on randomization, and we want each treatment in each column once. So this is our second restriction on our randomization. So this is what about Latin square design. Now we are going to discuss some notations and sum of squares for this design and recording of observation for this Latin square design. So let us discuss about that. Now we are going to discuss recording of observations in Latin square design. So let Xij k. Xij k is observation due to ith row, jth column and kth statement. So suppose we consider that previous real life situation. In that we have two factors. One is a batches of raw material and second one is a operators. So for that experiment, we consider 5 formulations of rocket propellant and we consider 5 operators who prepared that formulations and 5 types of raw materials. So Xij is the ith row. So ith row means we can consider ith. So for row we consider different operators. Okay. Then for columns we consider batches of raw material 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose we have 5 batches. So we consider batches for column. And kth treatment means we consider different formulations. Suppose we have formulation A, B, C, D and A. So in this way we get observation Xij. So here we know that in layout of this design we discuss m number of treatments are repeated m number of times. So we get m square experimental unit. So here I means number of rows running from I to m. So we get m number of rows. J is running from 1 to m, means we get m number of columns, and number of treatments are also running from 1 to m. So in this way we get observation Xij. Now Xi dot is total of observations due to ith row. So means total of all observations which are in ith row, and it is defined as summation over j varies from 1 to m, summation k varies from 1 to m, Xij k. That is ith row total. Then similarly we get ith column total, that is x dot j dot, that is jth column total, and it is defined as summation over I, summation over k, Xij k. So jth column total means total of all observations of jth column. So whatever the observations we have in jth column, so its total is nothing but jth column total. Then next one is kth treatment total. So what is kth treatment total? It is denoted by x dot dot k, which is nothing but kth treatment total, and it is defined as summation over I, summation over j, Xij k. Kth treatment total is nothing but sum of all observations of kth treatment. In this way, we get kth treatment total. Then grand total is denoted by x dot dot dot. It is defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k, xij k, means sum of all observations. Then xi dot dot bar is the ith row mean, and it is defined as ith row total, that is xi dot dot upon m equals to, can be defined as summation over j, summation over k, xijk upon m. Similarly, x dot j dot bar is jth column mean, which is x dot j dot upon m, that is jth column total upon number of observations in that jth column, that is m. Can be defined as summation over I, summation over k, xijk upon m, that is number of observations. Similarly, for kth treatment, we get kth treatment mean, and it is denoted by x dot dot k bar. It is defined as kth treatment total, that is x dot dot k upon number of observations of kth treatment. Can be defined as summation over I, summation over j, xijk upon number of observations, that is n. Similarly, we get grand mean. It is denoted by x dot 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 bar, and it is defined as x dot 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 upon m square, means total number of observations. So when we consider m number of treatments, then we get m square number of experimental units. So total number of observations is m square. It can be defined as summation over I, summation over j, summation over k, xijk upon total number of observations, that is m square. So here I have write one example, for that we get observations. So here we have four number of treatments, sorry, four number of treatments A, B, C and D, and we assign these treatments in such a way that each row and in each column we get one observation only once. So for that we get observations. So here for treatment, so for first experimental unit, we have observation 5. This observation is nothing but first row, first column and first treatment. So we get observation x111. So here we have the assigned treatment D. So for this we have observation 6. So how we denote this observation? This observation is denoted by x1, 2, 4. So here 1 is nothing but first row, we have second column, and D is our fourth treatment. So here we denote this observation as x1 to 4. So here we assign treatment C. Observation is 8 and it is denoted by x1, 3, because we have first row, third column and third treatment, that is C. So here also we assign treatment B. Our observation is 2, so it is denoted by x142. Since we have first row, we have fourth column and B is a second treatment, so we denote it by x142. Similarly, for this table we get observations x212, x221, x234 and x243. So for third column we get x313, x232, x331 and x344. For fourth row we get x414, x423, x432 and x444. Here we have x444 means our fourth row, this one is our fourth row, this one is a fourth column and one is for our first treatment A. So here we denote treatment A means 1, treatment B is 2, C is D and D is 4. So in this way we get observations for any experiment for Latin square design. Thank you.